Hey, what's going on, everybody? My name is Miles, aka the Political Introvert. Thank you for tuning in. Wanted to come on to talk about the latest treatment of Tulsi Gabbard. And by the way, guys, before I get started, just if you you know like or like the content, please comment, share. Just we'll love the feedbacks because on the first videos I'm doing. But anyway, yeah, I wanted to talk about the treatment of Tulsi Gabbard lately, and the which has been horrendous though. So, um, particularly not just from the Republicans, the conservative voters, but actually from progressives, many progressives, not all of them, but many. Um, you know, it just feels like Tulsi is being held to a higher standard than other people. And I mention this because one of the things that really tipped the scales for me is that of the there's a BDS bill. It's called the Boycott, Sanctions, Divestment, Boycott, Divestment, Sanction. Excuse me, movement that's going on in Israel. And basically, it was given there's a resolution going on, and Tulsi Gabbard voted for that resolution. And then what that means, the resolution basically says they want them, Israel and Palestine, to go back into two negotiations for a two-state solution. I'm still learning about the topic, so still doing research on it. But from my understanding, it's basically trying to silence the movement. That's what many people are saying, and again, Tulsi voted for it. Now, before I start, yes, it is very, it is, we have to have, it's always good to properly criticize politicians, and Tulsi's no different. There's nothing wrong with going in there and criticizing for her for that. And because if we don't, I mean, who are we then? Because no politician is perfect. Not all of them are going to agree with everything you say, but it's also good to go in there and get an explanation why they've done it. And yes, Tulsi should explain that. And the thing I like about Tulsi is that she will answer for that. She's not afraid. She's not gonna dodge and try to avoid questions. Though she is gonna answer it head on. You can agree with her or you don't. That's your choice. And I think that's what everybody needs to do. Instead, I go on Twitter today, and then it's just been a full out assault for Tulsi Gabbard though, and saying that she's canceled, she's not a progressive, and even you had a couple progressive commentators singling her out particularly, and saying, one of them was saying, what do you Tulsi supporters think about her vote, not voting for the for the bill, voting for the resolution. And I'm thinking, okay, that 397 other people voted for it, right? Including Ro Khanna, who is a progressive, and Ayanna Pressley, who voted for the bill. So if we're gonna be critical of Tulsi Gabbard, let's be critical of Ro Khanna and Ayanna Pressley. Now, yes, this, from my understanding, based on what people are saying, and based on my understanding from the bill, again, I'm still looking into it myself. Yeah, it doesn't look good for her to vote for this, and yes, she should explain herself. And just full disclosure, I am a Tulsi supporter, though I will be voting for her in the primary, but I'm not going to be blinded by her, her flaws too at the same time. And when she does do something like this, like even with the Joe Biden, when she was defending Joe Biden, which I thought that was unnecessary to do that. I understand what she was saying, that that we need to work across both aisles, but going into the Joe Biden thing, that was, I don't understand. I don't get why she did that, but anyway, that's completely fine. Here's the issue that I have though. It's like Tulsi is being held to a higher standard than anybody else. That includes Bernie Sanders and Elizabeth Warren, and I bring those two up because they're the major candidates that are going on. It's like it's like people are looking for an excuse to cancel her. And let me remind you who Tulsi Gabbard is. She's in the military for about 16 years. She has more experience in as a serving than pretty much any other candidate that's running currently. I know we have some people who are veterans in there, but I'm saying her experience. She's one of the few people to speak out against for Julian Assange when he was arrested, saying his free speech was violated, though, which is, and not only did she do that, she also spoke out for Snowden and for Chelsea Manning. And she even went to go on, she did this on Joe Rogan, to say that she wanted to pardon them. And we need to have that discussion, which is absolutely true. And not only that, when it comes to domestic, people say Tulsi's only good for foreign policy. No, she's actually, damn good on domestic policy. And I give you an example. She has the OFF Act, which is getting us completely off of fossil fuels and doing 100% renewable energy. She also wants to ban fracking. And, I know people are giving her a hard time for not, supporting the Green New Deal, but she said it wasn't strong enough. It's not even, and Green New Deal is not even legislation. I believe it's a resolution. What I'm saying is that Tulsi has, when she says something, she actually introduces something. She introduces them. When she says something about policy, she actually introduces it legislation, so that way we have something to go on. And one last thing, the election integrity bill that she securing America's election that she introduced in 2017. I think she introduced it again, and that ensures that paper ballots are verified pretty much. And that's very important considering the shenanigans that are going on in 2016 when Bernie was cheated out of the nomination. And no other candidates really talking about election integrity other than Tulsi Gabbard, at least any other major candidate. And having said that, it's like, those are really important accomplishments, and that signals of her being a leader, the leader that we need too as president of the United States. But I find it funny that people are, again, let me just say this again. If there's any proper criticisms of Tulsi Gabbard, there needs to be. But don't sit there and act like she's the only person. When she messes up, she's the only person, she's canceled, A, B, C, D. Like, it's just crazy. Let's not forget, for example, Bernie Sanders did not come out for Julian Assange. He was silent. When Julian Assange was arrested, Bernie Sanders was quiet. He gave kind of a lukewarm response to him, but he never said his name, that we should, be for free speech. But it was kind of too late. Bernie kind of got Venezuela wrong. Bernie Sanders was spewing the Russia lie. Bernie Sanders did not speak out with his supporters when they were cheated in 2016. Bernie Sanders says Donald Trump is a dangerous president, but votes for some of his cabinets, including James Mad Dog Mattis. Bernie Sanders voted for the 1994 crime bill. Yes, he did oppose it, and he gave a strong speech on there, but because of the Violence Against Women Act, he voted for it. But the point is, he voted for it. It was going to vote. Yeah, some people say, well, he would have looked like he was anti-women, but okay, so you look like you're anti-minorities, though, right? But not that he is, but I'm just saying the perception, though. So, but I just find it funny that these are some of the things that Bernie has done, but people are not ready to cancel him out, though. But when Tulsi does, missteps or, does something, a little bit controversial, people are ready to, get rid of her. Same thing with Elizabeth Warren, who voted for Donald Trump's military budget, who says she has plans but lacks legislation on it. Who was failed to go to Standing Rock. People are not ready to cancel her out, though. It's just funny. I just find it funny that now there are some people criticizing him. And again, I just want to say Bernie is a good, Bernie has been, I respect Bernie for what he did in 2016. And, I support him. But, let's not pretend that he's a perfect politician, because he has let us down, guys. And you're going to, it's just very unbelievable how you're going to, forgive Bernie for that stuff. But Tulsi, you're ready to throw her under the bus. Give her the chance to explain herself, and then you can make your decision. If you don't vote for her in the day, that's completely up to you, and that's fine. But don't sit there and act like she has to be a perfect candidate. And I feel like, in my opinion, the reason why people are so hard on her is because she's running against Bernie. And I feel like some people are propping Bernie up to be the Hillary Clinton of 2020. Not that he is, but that's what people are perceiving him as. Like, he's shielded from criticism. And that's not right. We need to help everybody accountable. You know, and again, I don't see anybody getting upset with Bernie when he says that he's going to vote for the Democratic nominee, whoever that is. Now, the problem with that is that the DNC is likely to cheat again. So, are you going to, like, my question to, people who are supporting Bernie, hey, are you going to go and vote for Joe Biden when he tells you to? Because that's what's going to happen. He's not even going to fight it, though. Based on what he's saying. I'm not saying it, he's saying that. So, you just, my point is that we have to be consistent, we have to be fair if we're going to have a fair process, because again, people need to have all the information available so they can make their decisions. When Tulsi does something great, we need to praise her. When she does something that's not so great, criticize her, absolutely, but have that same energy for Bernie, for Elizabeth Warren, for Kamala Harris, or whoever it is. Nobody is above criticism, nobody. So let's remember that. So I just want to come on and say that because it's just so bad that on Twitter, like, every time Tulsi missteps, people are ready to come out with the knives and throw her under the bus like she's nothing. And the thing about it is, guys, other than people like Nico House and Jimmy Dore, she doesn't really have a lot of people defending her, though. It's just mostly smear. Oh, if she doesn't do things perfectly, she's canceled. And that's unfortunate because I believe she's the strongest candidate to be president. And I feel like, there's some things that she's, a little bit stronger than Bernie is, though. So, but, me personally, I think they should work together. But at the same time, let's remember this is a primary, though. So whoever is the people vote for the best progressive will win. So, but like I said, it'll be great if they both work together because they kind of balance each other out. But at the same time, it's like, let's not remember that, she would be a transformational president if she were to get if she were the nominee. So, anyway, guys, I just wanted to say that real quick. If you, but let me know what you think, guys. Love to know your opinions, and I would like to looking forward to that discussion. Please like and share if you thought you found something useful, or consider subscribing to as well. I'll be bringing up other range of topics that we can discuss, not just about candidates. But I wanted to come on today because I wanted to come on and talk about that issue because it's just getting to the point where it's getting really, really beyond ridiculous. So, all right, this is Miles, the political introvert, signing off. Talk to you guys